Hey restaurant owners and local business operators, I want to talk to you about something real here for a second. I would like to talk about what happens when your marketing report looks great, but you just don't think you're really feeling it in the store. You see, the clicks, the calls, the visits, on paper, it looks like your campaign is absolutely crushing it, but then you're left asking yourself, where are all these people and why don't we feel a rush? Now, if that's you, please know this, you're not alone. We've heard this before, and here's the truth that most agencies will never tell you. Right now, a lot of local businesses are dealing with what we're calling a quiet turndown. That means fewer organic walk-ins, budget-conscious consumers, and honestly, the people that have been driving the economy with their spending are actually fatiguing quite a bit right now. There's a lot of reports about this out in the news. So, what our campaigns are doing, what are they actually doing? There's not always a visible spike that's being caused. What they're actually doing in most cases is they're patching a dip, almost like filling a pothole. They're filling what would have been a hole in your sales. So what we like to do is look at the metric of the sales that we've actually generated in our dashboard, which is based on an agreed upon metric with our client in the first place, and then backing that out through their point of sale system to validate the numbers that we're showing in our reports. Now here's the kicker. The campaigns that we're running for our clients, the people that actually show up because of these campaigns, they don't go in with a t-shirt on that says, hey, we found you on Google, go ahead and log my sale under the campaign 17, right? They're not spending blue money so that it's different in the store and it stands out. No, and in most cases, what we find is that the clients that do bring up this issue, they're not doing anything on their end to try to find these people either. So the trick is we got to figure out a way to make the people coming in from campaigns, online campaigns mostly, we got to make them stand out. We have to make them obvious. So what we usually do in this case is we'll get together with our client and we'll start talking to them about some things that we can do in the advertising that's going to make these people stand out. The easiest one to do is to create some type of special bundle. Now when I say bundle, your mind might flip to discount like a BOGO or something like that, and that's not it. I mean, it could be if that's what you want to do, but we pride ourselves on first-time full-price customers. So instead what we look at doing is just creating a bundle. It might just be a hamburger and a beer, or it might just be like 2 items that we could put together, that the only way that this person would come into your store, your restaurant, and ask for this special is because they saw it on our ads. That's the only place they could have ever seen it. Now, as we're doing this, like I was saying, we don't want to move into the camp of doing discounts. We want to be over here boosting your average ticket value so you get a better reward for it for every person that we drive in, a higher return on your ad spend. So we aim to create bundles that are going to increase your ticket value, but also, more importantly, increase your margin. We want to make sure that we're increasing the profits on the deals that we're driving in the store. And then we can more than offset the nominal $1 to $4 that we usually find it costs us to get a new first-time customer into our clients' restaurants and local businesses. Now, back to the head count, or what Google is actually showing us the store visits are. So we went down the rabbit hole on this just to confirm everything and get crystal clear on where Google stands with this. So Google holds themselves to a very high standard. It must be a minimum of 95% accurate, otherwise they will not display it as a conversion or in-store visit into your store. So that means when they say 460 people came into your store, within 95% accuracy, there were 460 people that came into your store. This is verified by Google's store visit tracking, which again is 95% accurate using GPS location, Wi-Fi, and real-world behavioral data that they have on all of these individuals that we're sending you into your store. It's just rock solid as it gets. So then the other side of the equation is the revenues that are being assigned. And this is where store owners can tend to go in and look for this full spike of this number that we're showing. Say it's $30,000, and they're looking for this full spike of $30,000 over either the month prior, or the other way that we find they're looking at is over the same month of the year prior. So they're looking for a $30,000 spike, and then they don't necessarily see it in that number. And this is where we get into the loss of the organic traffic, right? The foundation, which is the year prior, same month year prior, has now got a dip in it because of just what's going on in the economy, and we're actually laying new customers over that dip and filling that gap. So sometimes the numbers don't look as great, but the numbers that we have inside of the dashboard are also determined by a number that we agree upon with our clients before we even get started. And sometimes we find in the beginning that it may be overstated or slightly understated compared to what we see when we do an audit with their point of sale system, and we adjust accordingly. So typically we start, and this all just came from with my restaurant, I just picked 70% of the average ticket value over the last 6 months. I took 70% of that and used that number out the gate. And when we did our audits every month and every quarter and then for 6 months, it worked. It just worked out the gate. So I've always used that ever since. Sometimes with certain clients, depending on the ticket value that they have, we may have to dial that up or down a little bit more, right? Because somebody with a much higher ticket value has other things that go along with that as far as their pricing and whatnot. So it's not infallible, and it's something that can be adjusted along the way. And this is what we love to do with our clients, is work with them to make sure that we're getting this number dialed in to the point that when we say, okay, this is it, we pretty much match up. Now we can start matting the gas and looking to scale. Because the key in what we do in being fantastic stewards of our clients' ad budget is we have to make sure all of the key metrics are lined up perfectly to make sure that it's something that's scalable. There's a phrase I learned a long time ago phrase I learned a long time ago called scaling into bankruptcy, and that's what we don't want to do here. So that's why we do, sometimes I would rather drag it out and move a little slower and get a slower return in that has accurate numbers than to push it and then find out when we look back we were off, and now what we thought was going to be this much gain is actually like this much gain. That's risky. So we don't want to do that. So if you're working with us, or if you're working with another digital media agency out there, just know this. Give them the benefit of the doubt. Pull your numbers and have that sit down to go through them. It's definitely a worthwhile conversation. Everybody on that call is pulling in the same direction. We want you to win, and you want to win and want us to work with you a long time. So it's a long drawn out conversation, but once the numbers start to solidify and we adjust the baseline back in line of it, then we know exactly what we have to push on, and eventually we'll get to that push and that scale that's going to give that result that's not only going to fill the dip, but actually start stacking new customers and increasing revenues again. It's not a flipping of a light switch, snap of a finger fast, believe me on that one, but eventually you will get there, and the better the team you have, the faster you're going to be able to move through all of these reviews and get to the point where everybody's winning. So that's what I got here today. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you are looking for an agency like us to drive tons of new first-time customers, whether it's a restaurant or a local business or a service, we're here to help. So go ahead and click the button around this video. Check us out. We do a full growth partner solution. So in addition to just getting eyeballs on the traffic and driving people into your store, we also offer a number of software solutions, AI voice agents that will answer the phones, set appointments for you, basically sell your business, sell your new leads into buying from your business before you ever have to get engaged, right? We've got some chiropractors out there that love it. The AI just takes the calls, answers all the questions of the prospects, books the appointment, sends him a text message out that he's got a appointment coming up, and then sends out reminders to the customers to make sure that they actually show up, tracks the conversions when they get into the store, assigns a value to it, tells our advertising AI how much was back, what the return on ad spend was back, that adapts everything back down the funnel. And it's just this organic, automated process that we keep putting together. We have so many tools that we can help that will build your business, whether it's SMS marketing, email marketing, AI, digital marketing, social media marketing. We got the whole bag. And it's really about getting together, figuring out your budget and what's going to work best for you so that we can grow you fast, get you the best returns possible, and then start expanding out your reach through this whole suite of business growth tools that we have. So we're more than a marketing agency. We are a business growth partner. And if you're at all curious or want to find out what we can do to help you, go ahead, book a no pressure, no obligation call by clicking a link or a button somewhere around this video. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you enjoyed the content, and I look forward to talking with you soon. Thanks.